السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Hello. In this video, we will learn the fourth chapter, which is about Acoelomate triploblastics. We will see the two main phyla, Platyhelminthes and nematodes. Platyhelminthes are flatworms. They are acoelomate triploblastic metazoans. Their bodies are insegmented and have a bilateral symmetry. They live free or as parasites, and they don't have a respiratory or circulatory organs. The digestive system of Platyhelminthes is simple and incomplete, and the digestion is intracellular. The oxygen and nutrients can pass through their bodies by diffusion. The Platyhelminthes are generally hermaphrodites, and their nervous system is concentrated at the head end. Concerning classification, Platyhelminthes are divided in four classes: the class of Turbularia, the class of Trematoda, the class of Monogenia, and the class of Cystoda. And the class of Trematoda or flukes is divided in two subclasses: the subclass of Digenea and the subclass of Aspidogastria. Most species of Turbularia are predators, and all live in water or in moist terrestrial environments. And most forms reproduce sexually. The mouth is an orifice which opens in the posterior third of the animal body. They have a muscular pharynx and a voluminous intestine, and their classification is based on the shape and structure of the digestive tract. Here we have a diagram that represents the digestive system of Turbularia. The second class is the class of Trematoda or flukes. They are obligate internal parasites with a complex life cycle requiring at least two hosts: the intermediate host and the definitive host. The intermediate host is usually a snail, and the flukes use the asexual mood to reproduce inside the intermediate host. The definitive host is an invertebrate animal, where sexual reproduction occurs. Infection by trematodes can cause disease in all invertebrate classes. Monogenia are ectoparasitic flatworms that are mainly found on skin or gills of fish. They have a direct life cycle, which means that they do not require an intermediate host. Some species are oviparous and others are viviparous. Oviparous species release eggs into the water, while viviparous species release larvae which immediately attach to another host. Cystoda or tapeworms are endoparasites of vertebrates. Their body is flattened, segmented, and ribboned. Generally, they are long animals with 8 to 12 meters for the longest. Tapeworms do not have a digestive tract or respiratory system. Humans are subject to infection by several species of tapeworms if they eat undercooked meat or eat food prepared in conditions of poor hygiene. All tapeworms are hermaphrodites, with each individual having both male and female reproductive organs. The classification of Cystoda is based on the structure of the scolex, the reproductive system, and on the parasitic cycle. The second phylum is the phylum of nematodes or roundworms. They are acoelomate triploblastic metazoans that live free or parasites. They have a thread-like body with a bilateral symmetry, and they are gonochorics with a sexual dimorphism. They have a tubular digestive system with openings at both ends. The oral cavity is lined with cuticle. It opens into a muscular sucking pharynx connecting directly to the intestine that forms the main length of the gut. The last portion of the intestine is also lined by cuticle forming a rectum. Concerning the nervous system, at the anterior end, a circular nerve ring represents the brain surrounds the pharynx. From this ring, 6 labial papillary nerve cords extend anteriorly, while 6 nerve cords extend posteriorly, 1 ventral, another dorsal, and 2 sublateral pairs. The reproduction in nematodes is sexual. Most nematodes are dioecious. The male gonad is a long tubular testis, and the female gonad consists of two tubular ovaries. Here we have a diagram representing the anatomy of a female nematode. Concerning the classification of nematodes, we have three main classes. The class of Chromadoria, in which we have the species Ascaris lumbricoides from the order Ascaridida and the subclass Chromadoria. We have the class of Enoplea and the class of Cicernentia. In the next chapter, we will see the protostomian coelomates. Assalamu alaikum.